Question 471. What is the purpose of a site-to-site VPN? A. To allow individual users to connect to a corporate network remotely. B. To create a secure connection between two networks over the Internet. C. To provide wireless encryption. D. To block unauthorized websites. Correct answer. B. To create a secure connection between two networks over the Internet. A site-to-site VPN securely connects two separate networks over an untrusted network like the Internet. This allows resources to be shared between locations as if they were on the same local network. Without a site-to-site VPN, remote offices would have to rely on insecure public communication. Question 472. Which protocol is typically used to create a secure VPN connection? A. HTTP. B. FTP. C. SMTP. D. IPsec. Correct answer. D. IPsec. IPsec, Internet Protocol Security, is a commonly used protocol suite that secures VPN connections by offering encryption, authentication, and integrity checks to safeguard data as it moves across both public and private networks. Question 473. Which option most accurately describes a failover mechanism in DHCP? A. IP scope. B. Reserved IP addresses. C. Automatic private IP addressing. D. Subnet masking. Correct answer. A. IP scope. A failover mechanism in DHCP ensures that IP address assignment continues if one DHCP server fails. The failover mechanism typically involves IP scopes, which define a range of IP addresses available for assignment. In a failover setup, two DHCP servers can share the same IP scope, allowing one server to take over if the other goes down. Question 474. As a network administrator working in a wiring closet where the cables are not labeled, which tool would you use to identify the physical ends of the cables? A. Ping. B. Punch-down tool. C. Toner probe. D. Wire crimper. Correct answer. C. Toner probe. A toner probe is the correct tool for tracing and identifying cables. It works by sending a signal through the cable, which is detected by the probe at the other end. The toner probe is ideal for locating the physical ends of cables, especially in environments where cables are not labeled or organized. It helps prevent errors during troubleshooting and ensures you identify the right cables quickly. The other tools listed are used for different purposes, such as network diagnostics, cable termination, and crimping connectors. Question 475. Which VPN type is designed for individual users to securely connect to a corporate network? A. Remote access. VPN. B. Site-to-site VPN. C. Proxy VPN. D. Network address translation VPN. Correct answer. A. Remote access VPN. A remote access VPN allows individual users to connect securely to a corporate network over the Internet. It provides encryption and authentication to protect data. Without a remote access VPN, users' data would be exposed to interception when accessing company resources remotely. Question 476. To install a new system into an existing star network with a 45-foot cable, which tool is necessary for making the cable yourself? A. Crimper. B. Optical tester. C. punch-down tool. D. UTP splicer. Correct answer. A. Crimper. A crimper is necessary to attach RJ45 connectors to the ends of cables, providing a secure and reliable connection. This tool is crucial for properly terminating Ethernet cables, especially when custom lengths are required. Question 477. Multiple users have reported being unable to access an application. Upon investigation, you discovered that the application had crashed, but appeared to function normally after being restarted. What should be the next step in the troubleshooting process? A. Document the problem and the solution. B. Email the users to inform them that the application is available again. C. Reload the application executables from the CD and restart it. D. Test the application to ensure it operates correctly. Correct answer. D. Test the application to ensure it operates correctly. Once the application has been restarted, it's important to test its functionality to verify that the issue is completely resolved. This step ensures the application is working properly and helps prevent any recurring problems before notifying users or documenting the solution. Question 478. Client PCs cannot obtain IP addressing information from a newly configured router interface. What additional steps should be taken to resolve this issue? A. DHCP lease time. B. DNS record type. C. IP helper. D. TTL. Correct answer. C. IP helper. By default, routers do not forward DHCP broadcast requests across subnets. To enable DHCP clients on one subnet to communicate with a DHCP server on a different subnet, an IP helper address must be configured on the router's interface. This address tells the router to act as a DHCP relay agent, forwarding client broadcast requests to the specified DHCP server as unicast packets. Without this configuration, DHCP clients on that subnet will not be able to obtain an IP address from a server located on another network. Question 479. What can high CPU and memory utilization on a network device cause? A. Reduced packet corruption. B. Improved wireless coverage. C. Decreased network device performance. D. Elimination of routing loops. Correct answer. C. Decreased network device performance. High CPU and memory utilization can hinder a network device's ability to process traffic, affecting performance and potentially resulting in dropped packets or delayed transmissions. Monitoring CPU and memory usage offers insights into the device's health. Without proper monitoring, overloaded devices could lead to network outages or slowdowns. Question 480. A network technician has been tasked with setting up a new network monitoring tool that will examine interface settings across multiple network devices. What must be configured on each network device to securely provide this information? A. Syslog. B. PGP. C. SNMPv3. D. RSH. Correct answer. C. SNMPv3. SNMPv3, Simple Network Management Protocol version 3, is the preferred protocol for securely managing and monitoring network devices. It offers authentication, encryption, and message integrity, ensuring that monitoring data is transmitted securely and safeguarded against unauthorized access. Question 481. What is the primary purpose of load balancing in a network? A. To distribute network traffic across multiple servers. B. To encrypt data transmissions. C. To assign static IP addresses. D. To to prevent wireless interference? Correct answer. A. To distribute network traffic across multiple servers. Load balancing is a technique used to distribute incoming network traffic evenly across multiple servers or resources. Load balancing provides high availability and redundancy. If load balancing were not used, a single server could become overloaded and fail. Question 482. What information is typically included in ISP carrier documentation? A. List of VLANs used in the network. B. Wireless SSID and passphrase. C. Circuit IDs, account numbers, and support contacts. D. Network device SNMP community strings. Correct answer. C. Circuit IDs, account numbers, and support contacts. ISP carrier documentation contains essential details about Internet service circuits, including account numbers, circuit IDs, and contact information. This documentation provides quick access to service details for troubleshooting. Without it, contacting the carrier during an outage would be difficult. Question 483. What is a baseline configuration in network management? A. A known, stable configuration used as a reference point. B. A list of VLAN IDs. C. The maximum bandwidth setting on a switch. D. A type of wireless encryption protocol. Correct answer. A. A known, stable configuration used as a reference point. A baseline configuration is a stable, tested setup of a device or system that serves as a reference for future modifications. It offers a dependable point of comparison during troubleshooting. Without a baseline, identifying unauthorized or accidental changes would be challenging. Question 484. Which environmental factor should be monitored to prevent overheating in a network closet? A. Temperature. B. Bandwidth usage. C. Packet loss. D. Latency. Correct answer. A. Temperature. Temperature monitoring helps ensure that network devices operate within safe heat limits. Temperature monitoring prevents hardware failure due to overheating. Without temperature monitoring, excessive heat can cause equipment damage and downtime. Question 485. What is the main difference between HTTP and HTTPS? A. HTTP uses port 43, while HTTPS uses port 80. B. HTTPS encrypts data using SSL/TLS, while HTTP does not. C. HTTPS is only for internal networks, whereas HTTP is for the Internet. D. HTTP is faster than HTTPS due to the lack of encryption. Correct answer. B. HTTPS encrypts data using SSL/TLS, while HTTP does not. HTTPS secures web communication by encrypting data with SSL/TLS, preventing unauthorized access. It operates on port 443, while HTTP uses port 80. Although encryption adds a small processing overhead, it significantly improves security by protecting sensitive information. Question 486. Which of the following would lead to more congestion on an Ethernet network? A. Adding hubs to the network. B. Increasing the number of collision domains. C. Adding more switches to the network. D. Micro-segmenting the network. Correct answer. A. Adding hubs to the network. Adding hubs to a network would increase congestion because hubs broadcast data to all connected devices, causing more collisions and traffic on the network. This can reduce overall network performance. Question 487. Which command can be used to display all the EIGRP feasible successor routes known to a router? A. AP1. Show IP EIGRP topology. B. AP1. Show IP IGRP routes. C. AP1. Show IP IGRP summary. D. AP1. Show IP IGRP adjacencies. Correct answer. AP1. Show IP EIGRP topology. The Show IP IGRP topology command provides a detailed view of the EIGRP topology table, including feasible successors, backup routes that meet the feasibility condition and can be used if the primary route fails. Question 488. Which important function of switches keeps a record of the MAC address assigned to each port? A. FCS. B. SAT. C. STP. D. UTP. Correct answer. B. SAT. The SAT, switching address table, is responsible for maintaining a record of which MAC address is associated with each port on a switch. This enables the switch to forward frames to the correct destination port. Question 489. Which system assists companies in lowering costs and management tasks when planning call routing or switching? A. Virtual IPX. B. Virtual PBX. C. VLAN trunking systems. D. Dynamic call forwarding system. Correct answer. B. Virtual PBX. A virtual PBX, private branch exchange, is a cloud-based phone system that manages call routing and switching without the need for on-premises hardware. Virtual PBX systems provide cost savings by eliminating the need for physical PBX equipment and reducing maintenance responsibilities. They offer features like voicemail, call forwarding, and automated attendance, making them a flexible solution for businesses. Question 490. Which field in an IP packet handles the fragmentation of datagrams to fit varying MTUs across the Internet? A. Identification. B. HLN. C. Type of service. D. Total length. Correct answer. A. Identification. The identification field in an IP packet is used to fragment large datagrams into smaller ones, allowing them to pass through networks with varying maximum transmission units. Question 491. Users are experiencing poor network performance, including delays in accessing files from the server and frequent disconnections during peak usage. With the network already under heavy load and a new video conferencing application set to be installed, upgrades are necessary. The network currently operates on 1000 base T technology using Ethernet hubs. Which device would be the best solution to improve performance? A. Firewall. B. Media converter. C. Router. D. Switch. Correct answer. D. Switch. Replacing Ethernet hubs with switches enhances network efficiency by allowing full duplex communication and reducing data collisions. Switches intelligently direct traffic to the intended destination, improving overall performance and reliability. Question 492. Why are link state protocols more efficient than distance vector routing protocols? A. Entire routing tables are updated on a stricter schedule. B. They forward only changes to individual routes instead of forwarding entire routing tables. C. Packets can be sent along multiple routes at the same timers and support contacts. D. Link state can send larger packets. Correct answer. B. They forward only changes to individual routes instead of forwarding entire routing tables. Link state protocols improve efficiency by forwarding only updates about route changes rather than entire routing tables. This reduces network traffic and ensures quicker convergence during network topology changes. Question 493. Which physical security control can restrict unauthorized entry into a network closet? A. CCTVs. B. Proximity readers. C. Motion sensors. D. IP cameras. Correct answer. B. Proximity readers. Proximity readers improve security by requiring authorized personnel to use access cards or key fobs for entry. This helps prevent unauthorized individuals from gaining physical access to sensitive network infrastructure. Question 494. What is the primary purpose of authentication? A. To authorize user access to specific resources. B. To verify the identity of a user or device. C. To track user activity on the network. D. To encrypt data transmissions. Correct answer. B. To verify the identity of a user or device. Authentication confirms the identity of a user or device. It ensures that the individual or device is legitimate and trustworthy. Without authentication, unauthorized users could potentially access network resources. Question 495. What is the technique called when an attacker sends fraudulent emails to trick users into revealing sensitive information? A. Spear phishing. B. Phishing at. C. Whaling. D. Vishing. Correct answer. B. Phishing. Phishing is a social engineering attack in which deceptive emails are sent to many users in an attempt to steal sensitive information such as passwords, credit card details, or login credentials. Question 496. What should be checked first when a port security violation is triggered on a switch? A. MAC address filtering settings. B. VLAN configurations. C. Spanning tree protocol settings. D. Duplex mismatch. Correct answer. A. MAC address filtering settings. Port security violations occur when an unauthorized MAC address attempts to connect to a secured switch port. Checking the MAC address filtering settings ensures that only approved devices are allowed. Question 497. What should a technician check first when a device has no network connectivity? A. Ensure the cable is properly plugged in and not damaged. B. Replace the network interface card immediately. C. Restart the entire network infrastructure. D. Disable and re-enable the firewall. Correct answer. A. Ensure the cable is properly plugged in and not damaged. When a device lacks connectivity, the initial step is to inspect the physical cable connections. Network problems often stem from cables that are loose, unplugged, or damaged. Question 498. How can network troubleshooting tools like ping and traceroute help determine the cause of a connectivity issue? A. They verify network reachability and help identify where packet loss or delays occur. B. They automatically resolve network issues without further intervention. C. They eliminate the need to check physical connections. D. They ensure that all network problems are caused by incorrect configurations. Correct answer. A. They verify network reachability and help identify where packet loss or delays occur. Ping tests basic connectivity between devices, while traceroute maps the path packets take, helping identify network congestion, misconfigurations, or unreachable devices. Question 499. Which of the following tools can be used to identify a malfunctioning port? A. Multimeter. B. Postcard. C. Loopback plug. D. Cable tester. Correct answer. C. Loopback plug. A loopback plug is a diagnostic tool that helps test the functionality of a network port. It is inserted into the port to send data from the transmit pins back to the receive pins on the same port. This allows a technician to verify if the network interface card and the port are functioning correctly. If the port cannot send or receive data in this loopback test, it is likely faulty. This method is effective in diagnosing port issues without the need for additional equipment or network connection. Question 500. According to the troubleshooting methodology, what is the next step for the technician to take after identifying the most likely probable cause of a problem? A. Establish a plan of action to resolve the issue and identify potential effects. B. Verify full system functionality and, if applicable, implement preventive measures. C. Implement the solution or escalate as necessary. D. Test the theory to determine the cause. Correct answer. D. Test the theory to determine the cause. Testing the theory to determine the cause is a critical step in the troubleshooting process. After forming a hypothesis about what might be causing the issue, the technician must confirm whether the suspected cause is actually responsible for the problem. This is done by performing tests, checking logs, and using diagnostic tools to verify the theory before proceeding with a fix. Ensures that the correct problem is being addressed. Prevents unnecessary changes that could introduce new issues. Helps eliminate incorrect assumptions before implementing a solution. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful for you, don't forget to like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more practice questions and tips.